Hi folks, we're going to take a look at number 37 from the Trig identity sheet. So they're asking us to prove this identity. This is one of these scenarios where there really is no clear-cut winner in terms of which side is more complex. In fact, they look exactly equally complex. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the left-hand side. Okay, would have been, probably would be similar if I just started with the right-hand side. So let's take a look at what we have to do. Well, I've got a sine squared x here, and I know I've got a cos squared, so I could turn this into 1 minus cos squared, although it will be negative. But I think what I should focus my attention on, again, is the more complex term. So somehow I need to get this cos to the fourth x into a sine to the fourth x. Now there's no trig identity for cos to the fourth, but we do have trig identities for cos squared. Okay, we can use the Pythagorean one. So that's why what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rewrite this as cos squared x times cos squared x, so that now I have an identity to work with. Okay, so let's now turn this into 1 minus sine squared x. This will also be 1 minus sine squared x, and I finally have some algebra I can now do. Okay, so sine squared x, and here we've got plus, so 1 negative sine squared minus another sine squared, so minus 2 sine squared x. Okay, and then negative sine squared times negative sine squared is, oh, lo and behold, one of the terms that we were looking for. Now notice here, the only reason why I didn't put these in brackets is because I'm adding, so it's not going to change any of the signs. Okay, so I've got my sine to the fourth x, so now let's see if we can simplify this part here. So I've got 1. And here I've got sine squared minus 2 sine squared, which is just going to be negative sine squared x. Okay, still with my plus sine to the fourth x. Okay, and now I realize, hey, this is just my Pythagorean identity, because 1 minus sine squared is equal to cos squared of x, and then plus my sine to the fourth of x, and that's exactly equal to my right-hand side. And so I'm done. Okay, you can probably figure that it would have been a very similar procedure had I started with the right-hand side. I would have just turned this into sine squared times sine squared, and then used the Pythagorean identity. Okay, that's it for this one.